I know we all wish we didn't have to deal with evil people. Now, let me tell you something. They are people whose nature is just evil. They don't have a reason for their actions, and you don't need to offend them before they hurt you. This people soul feeds off their evil deeds. But hear this, evil isn't always about having scary faces or wearing black as we often associate them to. Sometimes it's sneaky and overtly aggressive. It's the person who seems harmless at first, maybe even nice, but over time you start feeling drained, confused, or like you're walking on eggshells. You may even start questioning yourself after talking to them, wondering why they make you feel so bad. The truth is that evil isn't always obvious. It doesn't always look like a villain from a movie. In real life, evil can show up like manipulation, narcissism, and control, traits that can easily hide behind a friendly smile, a nice word, or a compliment. And it can show up in the people closest to us, friends, co-workers, family members, even romantic partners. They might seem caring and make you feel special, but deep down, they are evil people and they have bad intentions towards you. But here's the good news. There are traits an evil person has, and if you're paying attention, you'll notice the signs. You don't have to let them drag you down. If you know what to look for, you can protect yourself from them. There are 7 red flags you can use to spot those toxic, manipulative individuals before they get close enough to hurt you. These aren't just signs you should ignore. These are real warning signs that could save you a lot of pain in the long run, especially if you want to protect your peace, your mental health, and your happiness. I'm going to share with you the 7 red flags that can help you spot evil people in your life before they get too close. And trust me, you'll want to hear this. Before we get right into it, take this quick action. If you're ready to protect your peace and level up your life, and you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that now. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join our journey to personal growth and empowerment. Red flag number 1. They constantly lie or manipulate the truth. Lies come in many shapes and sizes. The difference between a simple white lie and a truly evil person's deceit is the intention behind it. Evil people don't lie just to avoid trouble or protect someone's feelings. They lie to gain control, to manipulate, and to harm. It's not about making things easier. It's about bending reality to fit their needs and keeping you off balance. Imagine sitting across from someone you trust, only to realize that nothing they say is ever fully true. They might tell you one thing, and then later, when the truth comes out, they insist they never said it. Or worse, they twist events so you start doubting your own memory. The chilling part of this is that these lies often serve to create confusion and distance, leaving you questioning your own sense of reality. These people lie even when the truth is not needed, or when there's no reason to deceive. It's as though they can't help themselves. They might fabricate stories, exaggerate situations, or twist words in a way that makes you feel paranoid. And the most unsettling part? They'll never own up to their actions. An evil person doesn't see honesty as a value. They see it as a tool to manipulate, control, and undermine others. Lying becomes second nature for these individuals, and it's hard to trust them because you're never quite sure if what they're telling you is the truth. If someone constantly lies or manipulates the truth for their own gain, it's a clear red flag of their evil intentions. Don't brush it off. Recognize the pattern and protect yourself from the deception. Trust your instincts. These are not the people you should have in your life. Red flag number 2. They love conflict. An evil person thrives on drama. While most of us prefer a peaceful existence and avoid unnecessary conflict, these individuals seem to be drawn to it like a moth to a flame. They instigate misunderstandings, create chaos, and revel in the turmoil that follows. They might not even have a reason for it. They just enjoy watching the destruction unfold. These individuals will plant seeds of discord in your relationships, setting you up to argue with friends, family, or colleagues. They might subtly gossip about you behind your back, spread rumors, or take sides in conflicts where they don't belong, just to fuel the flames of tension. They push you into uncomfortable situations, often involving confrontation or stress, and enjoy seeing you anxious. Let me give you a scenario. You're at a family gathering, enjoying the evening, and suddenly, this person, drops a comment that creates tension between two people. Within minutes, the entire atmosphere shifts from light and carefree to tense and uncomfortable. It's almost as if they were waiting for this moment. You can see them take a step back, watching the chaos with a smile, as if they had just set off the fuse. Does anyone you know fit into this description? Well, you now know what kind of person they are. The worst part? They're not just spectators. They're the instigators. They'll spread rumors, create misunderstandings, or fuel petty arguments between others, all while acting like they're the ones trying to make peace when in reality, they're just pushing people further apart. And if you ever confront them about their role in the drama, they'll either deny it completely or play the victim, as if everyone else is the problem. The most troubling part of their behavior is the complete lack of empathy. They don't care about the people they hurt along the way. To them, it's all just entertainment, watching people fight, watching relationships deteriorate, and ultimately, watching you suffer. It's a sick form of enjoyment, and they're addicted to it. If you notice that someone is constantly creating drama, pushing people to fight, or just thriving on tension, that's a huge red flag. Evil people feed on chaos because it gives them power. They love to see others suffer. Stay away from them and protect your peace. You don't need someone in your life who is actively trying to tear down the stability around you. Red flag number: they make you feel like you're always at fault. Gaslighting is a powerful and subtle form of emotional manipulation. Evil people who gaslight you will make you feel like you're always wrong, even when you know deep down that you're not. They'll twist your words, dismiss your feelings, and convince you that you're overly sensitive or crazy. They do this not because they care about your well-being, but because they need to maintain control over you. Imagine being in an argument where you're clearly in the right, but the person you're speaking with insists that you're misunderstanding the situation, or worse, that you're just too emotional to see the truth. They might say, "You're just overreacting," or "You always take things the wrong way." After a while, you start doubting your own perception of reality. You second-guess yourself. You feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid that you're going to do or say something wrong. This is the essence of gaslighting, making you question your sanity. Evil gaslighters do this deliberately. They want to destabilize your sense of self-worth and control your thoughts and emotions. They want you to feel powerless, helpless, and dependent on their version of the truth. If you're constantly being told that you're wrong, that your emotions don't matter, or that your perceptions are inaccurate, you're being gaslighted. It's a dangerous tactic used by evil people to maintain their dominance in the relationship. Don't ignore it. Trust your own judgment and remove yourself from the relationship if necessary. You deserve to be heard and respected. Red flag number 4. They play the victim in every situation. Evil people often wear their victimhood like a badge of honor. They never take responsibility for their actions, and instead they constantly play the role of the victim, no matter the situation. The world is always out to get them, and they've never been given a fair chance. They'll make you feel sorry for them, draw you into their endless cycle of pity, and manipulate your emotions to their advantage. These individuals never accept accountability for their actions. If something goes wrong, it's always someone else's fault. They will blame others for their mistakes, their failures, and their misfortunes. And when you try to call them out or set a boundary, they'll play the victim even harder. "You're the one hurting me," they'll accuse, turning the tables and making you feel guilty for wanting to stand up for yourself. This behavior is a red flag because it's all part of their evil agenda to manipulate you into feeling sympathy for them. They need you to be emotionally invested in their endless cycle of victimhood so they can get away with whatever they want. They exploit your kindness and your desire to help, using it as a tool to keep you hooked and under their control. When someone refuses to take responsibility for their life and constantly plays the victim, it's time to walk away. Evil people use this tactic to trap you in a web of manipulation, ensuring that you'll always be there to support them while they refuse to lift a finger to help themselves. Don't let their false narrative control your emotions. You are not responsible for their actions, and you deserve to have relationships based on mutual respect, not emotional exploitation. Red flag number 5. They constantly criticize you but never acknowledge your successes. There's something deeply sinister about someone who constantly criticizes you without ever recognizing your efforts or successes. It's more than just casual criticism. It's deliberate and malicious. Evil people thrive on tearing you down, making you feel like you're never enough. They never praise your achievements, and instead, they focus only on your shortcomings, no matter how small or insignificant. When you share a victory, instead of celebrating it with you, they dismiss it as not good enough, or worse, they belittle it. Imagine working for weeks on a project, giving it your all, and sharing your excitement with someone close to you. Their response: "You could have done better." Or they'll immediately point out something you could improve, completely ignoring your hard work and growth. In these moments, it's clear they want you to feel like you're not worthy of recognition, like you're just not measuring up. Their constant criticisms chip away at your confidence, leaving you exhausted and emotionally drained. These individuals thrive on your failure. Evil people are not there to see you succeed. They want to see you fail so they can feel superior. The worst part is that while they cut you down, they'll elevate themselves. They'll talk about their own successes, making sure you're aware of how much better they are. It's a toxic cycle designed to keep you feeling small, insignificant, and unworthy. If you encounter someone like this, understand that it's not just a personality flaw. They're intentionally trying to break you down. This behavior isn't an accident or a lack of awareness. It's an evil tactic to manipulate and control. Realize your worth and step away from people who can't see it. You don't deserve to be treated like this. Red flag number 6. They display no empathy or compassion. One of the clearest signs of someone with malicious intentions is their complete lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's what makes us human, allowing us to connect with each other in meaningful ways. There's something deeply disturbing about people who show no empathy. Those who can't or won't feel your pain, share in your joy, or even acknowledge your struggles. Evil people lack the basic human capacity for empathy. They might stand by, watching you go through heart-wrenching moments, and instead of offering comfort, they remain indifferent, or worse, they dismiss your emotions. Imagine going through a personal tragedy, like the death of a loved one, and turning to someone for support. You bare your soul, hoping for a compassionate response, but instead they respond with, "Well, it happens to everyone." Or worse, they change the subject altogether. The cruelty of their indifference is unimaginable. They don't care. Your pain means nothing to them. They may even see it as an opportunity to further their own agenda, either by making themselves look better or simply ignoring you to avoid any emotional labor. This lack of empathy is a red flag that you're dealing with someone truly evil. These people are emotionally detached, and they don't see you as a person. They see you as a tool to be used for their own benefit. Your emotions are nothing but an inconvenience to them. When you're around someone like this, the emptiness they radiate is suffocating. You feel small, invisible, and utterly alone. It's a feeling that's impossible to ignore, and it's clear that this person doesn't care about you. They don't even see you as a person with valid feelings. They see you as someone they can exploit or manipulate. If someone repeatedly dismisses your emotions or shows no empathy, it's time to realize that they are evil and they are not worth your time or energy. Red flag number 7, they use your vulnerability against you. One of the most evil traits someone can have is using your vulnerability against you. There's nothing more hurtful than someone you trust using your deepest fears, insecurities, and vulnerabilities against you. We all have moments where we open up, where we share our deepest fears, our weaknesses, or our insecurities with someone we trust. But for evil people, this is nothing but an opportunity to manipulate and control you. They will take your most intimate thoughts and twist them, using them to hurt you or gain the upper hand. It's a form of emotional abuse that cuts deep. Imagine sharing your most intimate thoughts, your pain, and your vulnerabilities with someone, only for them to turn around and use it against you when you least expect it. Imagine revealing a personal secret to someone. Maybe it's a fear you've had for years, or a deep regret you've never shared with anyone else. You trust this person, believing they'll respect your vulnerability. You might have confided in them about a difficult time in your past, maybe a loss, a betrayal, or a time when you felt weak. But over time, they bring it up in cruel ways to make you feel inferior. They might say things like, "I always knew you were weak," or "You'll never change, you've always been this way." And also, when you're in an argument or when they're angry, they bring it up to hurt you. Of course you're acting like this, just like you did when this or that happened, talking about a traumatic event. They twist your past to tear you down, to make you feel small, unworthy, or weak. What they're doing is more than just a petty insult. They're weaponizing your pain. Evil people prey on your vulnerabilities because it gives them power over you. They feed off the control they gain by exploiting your deepest emotions. They want you to feel small, helpless, and dependent on them. They want to make sure that you're never strong enough to stand up for yourself or break free from their control. This is one of the most insidious forms of manipulation because it involves betrayal on a profound level. You trusted them with your vulnerability, and they betrayed you by turning it into a weapon. If you notice someone using your personal struggles or fears against you, recognize it for what it is: evil manipulation. Run far away from these people and protect your peace. They are evil people. I know this might seem like a lot to digest, and recognizing these red flags may not always be easy, especially when you're emotionally invested or want to believe the best in someone. But trust me, spotting these red flags early can save you so much pain and heartache down the road. The people who fit into these patterns are dangerous not because they're obvious, but because they sneak under your radar when you're not paying close enough attention. The sooner you recognize this pattern, the sooner you can stop giving them your time and energy. So the next time you encounter someone who ticks even just one or two of these boxes, it's worth stepping back and reassessing whether or not they truly belong in your life. A person who displays these signs isn't someone who has your best interests at heart. They are a predator, not a friend. If you or someone you know is facing such a situation, take action. Protect yourself, protect your peace, trust your instincts, and distance yourself from these toxic people so you can rebuild your sense of self. Always remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who genuinely care for you and bring out the best in you, not by evil people who seek to manipulate or harm you. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had someone in your life who left you feeling drained, manipulated, or even doubting yourself? Is there someone currently in your life who is exhibiting these traits? How are you dealing with them? Or are you still navigating that situation? Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Let's open up this conversation because you never know. Your experience might just help someone else find their way out of the grasp of an evil person. Until next time, take care of your heart and your mind.